Hi guys, hope you're all well. This is Vilas. Today we'll study the brachial artery and its branches. Okay guys, let's start. Guys, what do we mean by an artery? Artery is any blood vessel which carries the blood away from the heart, isn't it? What is brachium? Brachium is the arm basically. So the artery in the arm is basically the brachial artery. That was in general. Now let's study the anatomical definition. Anatomical definition of brachial artery is brachial artery is a continuation of axillary artery below the lower border of teres major muscle. Okay, we'll see that here. Guys, see here, where is the axillary artery coming from? Axillary artery is coming from the subclavian artery. It is a continuation of subclavian artery or out of the outer border of first rib, isn't it? Now that axillary artery comes like this, goes over the teres major muscle. Okay, this is where the axillary artery becomes the brachial artery. Now the brachial artery, it comes like this. It goes from medial to anterior compartment at the level of insertion of coracobrachialis muscle, and it goes till the neck of radius, and at the neck of radius it divides into radial and ulnar arteries. Okay, this was in brief what was the course and the origin and termination of brachial artery. Now let's study the branches of brachial artery. Okay guys, the branches of brachial artery is one of the very interesting topics because the branches of many branches have many amazing names and amazing pathways they take. Okay, let's start with the first one. The first one is the muscular branches. Muscular branches to what? See here guys, the brachial artery is coming near the medial side, then it's going anterior. Now, do you think it would supply the posterior compartment muscle? It won't supply directly. It gives a branch called profunda brachii, which mainly supplies the posterior compartment of arm. Usually the anterior compartment of arm muscles are supplied by the brachial artery as direct muscular branches. But there are so many branches and many of variations were there, so they didn't call it any with any specific name. They just called it generally as the unnamed muscular branches. Okay, now those were though, and now we have the beautiful profunda brachii artery. What is profunda? Profunda is deep. What is brachii? Brachii is arm. Brachium. So the deep artery of the arm is the profunda brachii artery. It comes like this, guys. See here. It comes behind, like when the artery enters the lower border of teres major, so it takes origin like this. It comes like this, goes here, and here it comes like this. It is behind the bone. Okay. And here it gives out anterior descending branch and the posterior descending branch. Okay, this was the profunda brachii artery. Now where is this artery going? This artery is going in one beautiful groove, that is the spiral groove. It is going along with the radial nerve over there. Okay, so if the fracture happens there, do you think the artery will be damaged? Yes, it can be damaged. That can lead to profuse bleeding. So that was about the profunda brachii artery. Now let's study the superior ulnar. Oh, see, one of the interesting thing is I used to remember arteries and nerves, if they're going together, like artery is the boyfriend and the nerve is the girlfriend. So girlfriend of the profunda brachii artery is ulnar nerve. Ulnar nerve and profunda brachii artery are couples. They go together. Okay. Now next we have the superior ulnar collateral artery. It also has a girlfriend, that is the ulnar nerve. See here guys, we'll study the course of ulnar nerve. It will become easy then. See here, ulnar nerve is a peripheral nerve, isn't it? It is coming from the brachial plexus. It comes like this and it goes behind the, this is the medial epicondyle of humerus. It goes there. See here guys, in this diagram, this is the medial aspect, this is the lateral aspect. So this is the medial epicondyle, isn't it? So it goes behind the medial epicondyle. And similarly, the superior ulnar collateral artery follows. See here, this is the superior ulnar collateral artery. It also goes along with his girlfriend and goes in the posterior aspect of the medial epicondyle. This was the superior ulnar collateral artery. And now let's go to the next artery. That is the inferior ulnar collateral, a very happy artery. I'll tell you why. Guys, see here, the inferior ulnar collateral artery is taking origin near the somewhere in the lower part of the brachial artery, and it is going over the trochlea. See here, it is also called as supratrochlear artery. See here, this is the trochlea. trochlea of the humerus. So it is going behind, like it is going over the trochlea, and it is so much freedom. It is going from bone to bone, isn't it? So it has having much freedom. What do you think? The couples have much freedom or the singles? Usually the singles have much freedom, isn't it? So the very happy artery going over there is the supratrochlear artery, isn't it? Supratrochlear artery. I used to remember it as single artery. Okay. See here, it's single and happy, isn't it? Now next is the nutrient artery to the humerus. Humerus is a bone, right? Humerus also needs nutrition. So that is given by the nutrient artery to the humerus, which is usually a branch of brachial artery. It can also come from the profunda brachii artery. Now guys, these are the terminal branches. We studied that now. At the neck of the radius, the brachial artery divides into, this is the ulna bone, this is the radius bone. So over the radius bone will be the radial artery, over the ulna bone will be the ulnar artery. Ulna is medial, okay? Ulnar artery is medial. Now next is the clinical importance of brachial artery and its branches. See here guys, brachial artery is coming medially and then going anteriorly, isn't it? Now if it is going like that, see here, whenever there is a, imagine there is a cut here, so there is profuse bleeding here. See, if I try to apply the pressure near the radial artery or the ulnar artery, it won't stop because there are many collateral channels, so the blood loss will happen. So those are the branches of radial and ulnar are the branches of brachial. So if I occlude the brachial artery against the humerus in this region, the bleeding can be reduced. And then is the way in physiology we measure BP, right? In that we auscultate the Korotkoff sounds and we keep it in the cubital fossa medial to the tendon of biceps. That is where the brachial artery goes. And next is the profunda brachii artery, which we just studied now. If there was a fracture in the spiral groove, the profuse bleeding can happen by that. Okay guys, this was today's class. If you have any doubts, please post it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer you. Take care guys. Bye.